The drama surrounding Kevin Stefanski's decision to bench Shedeur Sanders in favor of Dillon Gabriel has quickly become one of the most controversial preseason storylines in the NFL. At first, it looked like a bold gamble, perhaps even a tactical experiment to see how Gabriel would hold up against a formidable first-team defense. But what unfolded on the field told a much different story, a story of costly turnovers, shaky decision-making, and a missed opportunity to showcase the true talent waiting on the sidelines. By the end of the night, the debate wasn't just about who should be under center for the Browns, but about what leadership, humility, and true competition really mean in professional football. From the opening drive, Gabriel looked cautious, almost too careful, like a man trying not to break something fragile instead of seizing the moment. He had the protection of a strong first-team offensive line, the kind of safety net most young quarterbacks dream of. And yet, his style of play never escaped that bubble of hesitation. Short, conservative throws forced receivers to bunch close to the line of scrimmage. The offense sputtered, unable to generate momentum or stretch the field. While he avoided early mistakes, he also avoided the kind of daring execution that separates quarterbacks, who can win games from those who merely survive them. But survival doesn't win you a starting job in the NFL, and when the defense adjusted, when the margin for error tightened, Gabriel's limitations came rushing into the spotlight. With the first-team defenders subbed out, one might have expected Gabriel to find rhythm and confidence. Instead, the opposite happened. He faltered, a fumble here, a turnover there, each mistake chipping away at his credibility. And then came the interception. Andrew Makuba reading his throw, jumping the route, and taking it back for a pick six. It wasn't just a highlight for the Eagles. It was a defining low point for Gabriel. On the sidelines, Kevin Stefanski wore the expression of a man caught between patience and concern. In his post-game comments, the Browns head coach didn't shy away from addressing the elephant in the room. He admitted the turnovers were game-changing, swinging momentum in ways the team couldn't recover from in the first half. Two giveaways, both directly tied to Gabriel's decisions, set the tone, and though Stefanski framed it with the kind of diplomatic tone expected from a coach, the reality was clear. Gabriel's performance wasn't good enough. Still, what stung more than the turnovers was what Gabriel said after the game. In his interview, he drew a line between entertainers and competitors, a not-so-subtle jab aimed squarely at Shedeur Sanders. It was as though, in deflecting from his own struggles, Gabriel chose to undermine the very player many believe is destined to lead this team forward. To call Shedeur an entertainer rather than a competitor is not just unfair, it's flat-out wrong. Because if anyone proved they were a competitor that night, it was Shedeur Sanders. The 5th-round pick has been turning heads since he arrived in Cleveland, not with empty words, but with throws that slice through defenses and confidence that radiates without arrogance. In stark contrast to Gabriel, Shedeur has demonstrated the rare ability to elevate not only his own game, but the entire offense around him. Against the same defenses that rattled Gabriel, Shedeur threaded impossible passes with precision. Receivers flourished under his leadership, stretching the field on deep routes and forcing secondaries to respect every inch of grass. 2 touchdowns, multiple highlight throws, and most importantly, consistency, the trait Shedeur himself highlighted. As the essence of quarterback play, Emmanuel Acho's breakdown of Shedeur's performance captured this perfectly. Play after play, he dissected the young quarterback's decisions, marveling at his ability to make throws most would never attempt. Tight windows, double coverage, full extension defenders reaching desperately for the word perfect, and yet through it all, Shedeur never let the spotlight turn him into something he wasn't. No over-the-top celebrations. No brash proclamations. His post-game interview reflected the same poise he displayed on the field. For him, being a quarterback wasn't about personal glory. It was about leading a team, guiding them through adversity, and staying level-headed. No matter what, win or lose, success or setback, Shedeur's message was clear. Consistency is king, and in a league where confidence often borders on ego, that humility stood out just as much as his arm talent. Even GM Andrew couldn't hide his pride. In a moment of playful banter with Shedeur, he praised the young quarterback's performance, offering the kind of encouragement that spoke volumes. Sure, there were things to improve, lessons to carry forward, but the admiration was obvious. It wasn't just about how Shedeur played, it was about how he carried himself, how he operated like a true leader under pressure. In a preseason game that was supposed to be just another step in the process, Shedeur left an impression far deeper than the final score. Meanwhile, the contrast couldn't have been starker. While Shedeur quietly built his case through action, Dillon Gabriel seemed intent on tearing others down. His focus wasn't on correcting his own errors or acknowledging his shortcomings, but on diminishing the very teammate breathing down his neck for the starting job. And that reveals more than statistics ever could. One quarterback chooses accountability, composure, and competition. The other resorts to deflection, jabs, and excuses. The Browns ultimately won the game, not because of anything their offense achieved, but because of their defense. KJ Henry's interception return for a touchdown became the turning point, energizing a team that had been struggling to find rhythm. Defense carried the night, proving that sometimes resilience has to come from unexpected places, but that only magnified the quarterback dilemma. If the defense has to bail you out against a preseason opponent, what does that say about your ability to carry the team when the games actually count? This is where Stefanski's decision comes under the heaviest fire. Starting Gabriel over Shedeur may have been intended as a test, but it now feels like a misstep, one that wasted valuable reps and risked dividing a locker room that already seems to recognize who the true leader is. Players aren't blind. They know who commands the huddle, who inspires confidence, and who folds under pressure. And when they look at Shedeur Sanders, they see a competitor. The truth is, Shedeur isn't just winning on the field. He's winning in the intangible areas that define great quarterbacks. Leadership, poise, humility, the ability to stay calm under fire and bring out the best in those around you. Dillon Gabriel may still have room to grow, but right now, the difference is crystal clear. One is a future franchise quarterback. The other is struggling to find his footing. And so the conversation turns to you. Was Kevin Stefanski wrong to give Dillon Gabriel the start over Shedeur Sanders? Did Gabriel's comments about entertainers and competitors cross the line, or were they simply the frustration of a young player under pressure? More importantly, how much does character off the field matter in shaping a quarterback's leadership on it? Is Shedeur's humility and composure the real secret to his success, or is it his raw skill that sets him apart? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe Shedeur Sanders has already proven he's the future of this franchise, or do you think Dillon Gabriel still deserves time to prove himself? Let us know, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another breakdown. Because if this preseason drama is any indication, the quarterback story in Cleveland is just getting started.